Hello, and welcome to another Wargame Dragoncast with me, Rangru. And today we have a 1v1 from the Wargame Bootcamp Discord, Hardened Tournament. And well, on the left hand side in the blue, we have JustVictor playing as a blue for motorized deck. And on the right hand side in the red, we have SandalMan playing as a red for mechanized deck. So, rather peculiar decks that definitely haven't seen in quite a while. We're going to have a whole rainbow of units here, the entirety of blue 4 and red 4 go in at it. And this is held in a very small place. The map, yeah it is. So to start off with, AMX-10 getting a good snipe on enemy transport right off the bat. We go on I can't even say it properly, Alkiat. This is going to be doing a bit of reconnaissance on the Foxtrot. A very defensive deployment on Golf here from JustVictor. Just going to be getting some infantry troops to hold his side, not even going to be rushing into the forest or heck into the opposing side of Golf. He was definitely playing a little bit more heavier into Bravo, quite a few infantry, and even flanking around to a Flak Panzer and an AMX-10, so maybe he's going to try and position himself to snipe any helicopters that may come out of spawn here. Very interesting maneuver. Yeah, both sides is getting their deployments out and going. SandalMan does have a lot going into Golf, and this could go rather well for him. But hey, we got AMX-10s going for a little bit of a run here. Yeah, he's going to be able to almost completely capture Foxtrot. It's a T-55 recon tank, which is going to stop him, but the infantry is going to be able to unload and just call Gustav that thing to hell and back. The AMX-10s popping up. That's going to be Foxtrot under control, and as you see, SandalMan is going to have to respond by bringing up his M84s to try and deal with this armoured threat. And the AMX-10s are alright, actually. I mean, if the Stormers can get into a good Carl Gustav position, could potentially ward off these M84s. They're going to be charging right into the guns of those Yugoslavian tanks. Mortars coming in as well. Those AMX-10s are just not going to have a good time, as they didn't really manage to get any shots off here. Very good play from SandalMan, completely destroying it entire, well, mechanized armoured force, so to speak. And because JustVictor didn't deploy anything to go, SandalMan has just easily got infantry and tanks into the sector. And this is going to allow him to pretty easily just contest it at least, as you can just put down a CV. Of course, JustVictor can do the same thing, but it'll just be a 50-50 split. We are seeing a CV being brought into Charlie, which is definitely going to force SandalMan to try and bring one out into Echo. And that does seem to be the case, as he does have a car driving his way over to the point. Now, JustVictor's flanking maneuver is still in progress here. I'm still really curious why he brought the Flak Panzer. I hope it actually does manage to do something and shoot down an enemy helicopter. Or heck, even in that position, you could not shoot down, but definitely scare off an airplane. SandalMan does have, yeah, just some more shooting here. Proletaries, as well as Vakatoria. Just to defend Bravo, not a whole lot. The Stormers and the Fusiliers should be able to clear him out, I think, if he gets a good decisive flank on those Mochuchans and hit him from both flanks. Yeah, pretty passive opener, really, from both sides. Nothing too crazy, no major rust. I guess we did see something in Foxtrot, but it didn't exactly play out all too well. JustVictor's infantry defense is definitely going to be enough to hold off against the current Red 4 tide. The other T-62s will prove to be a bit of a pain, as he has no long-range anti-tank. The Cobra can definitely help out here. Maybe just suppressing the T-62s and the infantry, but he definitely needs some sort of armoured support. But of course, when you're playing a mechanized deck, you really don't have that much armoured support. But to be fair, SandalMan doesn't have a whole lot either. It's really just the T-62s and the M84s at his disposal. Mechanized forces are being able to get in close to the Norland Jaegers. The Cobra just doing his best to literally frag kills transports to death. But if Enter SandalMan can clear out his sector here, that's gonna be pretty big, because he's pretty close to capturing the entirety of Gopher. There's still quite a few units he has to go through, and of course his CS and infantry reinforcements will prove to be a bit of a pain. Yeah, the T-62's being forced to fall back, and as he's getting killed here by Lynxes, JustVictor is going to have enough to defend the point. And heck, actually, he might have enough to even actually counterattack, really. Seeing that SandalMan really does not have much here left. A lot of it has been destroyed. And that's going to be nuking the infantry positions here. The Fusiliers the Fusiliers got killed, but the Stormers are still in position. Saxons with the 50 cal just trying their best to kill the rest of the Proletaries. And this is actually a really big play here from JustVictor. This could really sway the match. As usually don't see people start on the left hand side or Charlie side of this map actually securing Bravo at all. I always think that's such a big misplay, because even though it's not the most nicest sector to get to, logistically speaking, there's not really much of a road network to get you to the point compared to the enemy side. It's still a pretty big point to try and hold on to, and if you have the infantry, you might as well. Both sides being infantry divisions, or deck sites to chase and steel division. Definitely makes Bravo a little bit more lucrative. They have loads of troops which they can just spam onto the point. JustVictor being able to bring in the AMX and Flag Panther is definitely going to help out, so stopping the enemy reinforcements which are being brought in. As the BVPs oh, Flag Panther does go down to the ATGM. The MX-10 being forced to fall back for now, but Stormers are getting into a better position, and we still have the X. Oh, these are the mediocre X8s. I keep thinking of the finish runs, but they only have 50 cal and no Bushmasters. But Foxtrot is being pushed here from SandalMan. As after that initial push, JustVictor doesn't really have a whole lot here, and SandalMan still has the armor superiority of his two M84s. And a whole troop of Chinese troops being brought in as well. This is pretty much going to allow him to completely secure Foxtrot for now. He's in a good position to hit this pretty weak underbelly of JustVictor's area. I mean, the Crotals are going to be forced to fall back. We do have the ATGM Milan. Might snipe a transport? No, he does not. And the Sanshees are going to be able to just make it into his forest. There's nothing here to stop him. JustVictor bringing in more of those AMX-10s. Trying to get some armored support, and here comes another Kernas strike. He goes, he shoots, and that's probably going to be a very dead Sanshees. Oh, actually just going for the APCs. He does hit some of the Sanshees, though. They do split up into two groups, which was definitely a smart move, yeah. And Milan still alive and hitting an M84, almost killing it, but just not enough. His final missile, will it work? It does, and he does get the kill. So rough from Milan placement now, that's for sure. Lynx AH7 bringing up a javelin. Trying to get some easy AA into Bravo. That's one thing I do like seeing with mechanized motorized decks, is you actually see some usage of man-patch. And some of the more unique infantry units, such as flamethrower troops and rocket launcher troops, which aren't super common in regular decks. But JustVictor, for the most part, has managed to push back the momentum a little bit through his Foxtrot area. He has stopped SandalMan's push. Knocking out one of the M84s was definitely a big play, that's for sure. But he is starting to lose a little bit of control into Bravo. So we got the M85 here, MI35 here. Potentially gets shot down by a javelin. Does have a 2.4 kilometer range. Of course, it's not the best anti-aircraft man-pad in the world, but it's still pretty decent. It is actually flying pretty low, so I might not even be able to shoot it. Here we go, have a mark. He does know the helicopter is here. He's gonna try and kern that shit. I mean, it's flying so low to the ground, just a bomb nearby would definitely make out Hind a... well, not flying anymore. JustVictor is starting to push a little bit around the flank here of Gulf. As the Stormers are moving through and even moving the CSs as well, which are going a little bit slow, getting a little bit of tracked issues. You've got the Raven backing up the Kernash. Hind gonna move. I think he is. And death is not gonna come from below, but from above in this case. Yeah, there's not much behind. I also liked how he did bring in the Raven. Of course, there's really not much anti-air to shoot. Is there some man patch here? Nothing radar based. Probably also in CV actually being brought into Foxtrot of all places. Gonna be given SandalMan at +1. He still has 2 M84s in this area, and this long-range fight of Foxtrot, his M84 is going to be rather deadly. Also a bit of recon and infantry would definitely help out here. The AMXs are just going to walk into the other side of that forest, not even, and just get shot by the M84s, and yeah, they go. Even having the Euro nearby to resupply. JustVictor's position in Bravo's, that's not looking all that great anymore. I do like the Commando's powers here to maybe just stop any sneaky flanker maneuvers. Oh, very precarious location to try and bring in some infantry. It would be funny if he tries to go around for a long CV snipe, but I don't think that's going to happen, as we do have just some cheap spags holding the flanks. But yeah, holding on to Bravo on JustVictor's flank is already a precarious situation, as once again you really just don't have that supply line to easily get into it. Of course, it's not too bad, you just have to trek through the forest, which definitely slows you down a bit. But it does also give you a lot of cover in moving up. Now, the far southern flank here down in Gulf is going alright. Stormers have managed to storm on through and clear out the initial section of Gulf. I'm still quite surprised that JustVictor isn't really playing aggressively here at all. He's pretty content and just holding on to his end of Gulf. I mean, Gulf is pretty much just going to be a neutralized point for the entirety of the match, and he decides to fully control it. So really, he needs to fully capture Bravo, and that's not going to happen, it seems, as SandalMan has a lot of forces here. So SandalMan is in a lovely position. He's got this nice +1 point advantage, and he just has the map. He has the map control so far. It's going to be very hard for him, I think, to really lose Gulf, just due to how JustVictor is positioning himself. He does have a long-range advantage, really, of more of the tank units in his favour, because he's a mechanized compared to a motorized deck. We got the final assault here from some Mochuchans. Only just support infantry in here, so they can't do too much against Bermensk of East German infantry. Well, this was earlier Wargame Red Dragon, or that would definitely be a bit more true, but hey, it doesn't matter when you're on Ubermensk. There's this really smart bomber. Yo, the Raven does get shot down by the MiG-29. I mean, it's probably better to lose the Raven than the Kernas in this case. There's not really much for the Raven to do in this match, especially right now. This is going to tip Bravo back into SandalMan's control. Or at least the important part, which is the little village area. You got some Stormers being brought on through. And this could be enough to counterattack. I think it's going to come down to whether these APCs can pin down the Stormers. Because the Proletarians are pretty much beaten up. Now CV has been spotted in Foxtrot. You see, slowly gets an artillery here with just a panzer mortar. Wonder if Kernas is going to pay him a visit. It's only just a car CV, so... Oh no, it's a APC CV, my bad. Now seeing the CV being brought into Bravo here, so that's going to give SandalMan the +2 point advantage. That's going to be pretty huge. That's really going to force JustVictor to get a CV either into Foxtrot or Goph. Probably Goph to be safe. So SandalMan has lovely map advantage right now. Foxtrot is still pretty much under his control. Even though he hasn't really pushed up much into it, but that's because JustVictor just is really setting up his units around. He hasn't bothered to really push much into Foxtrot. Yo, as I'm saying that, Stormers are storming into the area, but the Sanchies and the Sissies might just be enough to keep him at bay, and that's definitely going to be the case. Stormers did more importantly get into the village in the northern sector here, so the APCs can't really do too much. It's going to be a rather precarious situation for this infantry seat. As you see, SandalMan is going to be booking it back. JustVictor should be seeing this because the commander's parrots is in a lovely spot to spot any mere reinforcements coming out. Maybe he's just going to, like, I don't know, bring it down onto Goph, or just unload it here and just keep it in the corner of Bravo. I really think JustVictor needs to play a bit more aggressively, either in Foxtrot or Goph, if he wants a chance of actually winning this match. I mean, Bravo's just looking a bit too precarious for him at the moment. Oh, what's just going on over here? He got some Jaeger's 90 gun for a little bit of a hike. It can't really do too much, as we see. SandalMan is pretty smart with having a bunch of just cheap units covering his CVs and his backline areas, which is always a good call. Got a whole horde of AMXs being brought in here. He must be trying to do something a little bit aggressive in the Goph. Of course, just by himself, so we have to see how the AMXs really do. They're not the best against infantry. Not the most heavily armoured units, of course, but the man's a knockout T-55s, which is pretty big. He does have the infantry pushing up to pretty much cover the ray. Fortunately, there's no infantry in this forest. They're not going to get bazookaed. Or RPG'd, really. It's Redfall, they mainly use RPGs. And holy go, smokes. Such a whole lot of smokes. I really actually like his person to Foxtrot. He has a wall of smoke here covering the Stormers. They're still getting shot from the flank here, however. And all there's just a small sliver as M84 can shoot through. So it's not going to work as well as JustVictor has intended. But if he can get really close into the smoke, he can just start cold Gustaving all these units. And as you see, that's going to force SandalMan to actually pull back, including the CV, giving JustVictor a little bit of time to breathe. And this is exactly what JustVictor needs to be doing. He's making a very efficient push right now. I think he's going to try go for the CV snipe here. Was he? Oh, right. Keep zooming on the Kurnas. That's a pretty annoying bug. I apologise. Kurnas strike didn't actually do that much. Didn't even blow up the PGZ. Push didn't go as well as he expected to. He's moving up the AMXs to try and make his work once again. Well, SandalMan has managed to secure the central part of Goph at least, which is really the key artery you need to keep under control. Still not looking great for him in Foxtrot right now, just due to his current aggressive play. But he's containing it. The MI-35 camp here, just knocking out an infantry unit. There's not much AA really nearby to deal with this. So if this MI-35 was to, just hook around a little bit and get an eyes on, he can definitely deal with the rest of his armoured units being brought on through. SandalMan's going pretty heavy in anti-air. I mean, earlier we did see a Bark and again a Tunguska M. So the MA-35 getting stressed out here by a bunch of 50 cows. Fortunately, he does have that thick, I don't want to say StarMinion. but some sort of Russian armor. But not going to be enough when those 50 cows are just dead set on shooting you down. Plays here, going around the flank here. I'm going to run into some Tunguska fire. Tunguska may be an anti-aircraft unit, but when it's only soft APCs, it doesn't do too bad as well. But goddamn, it was absolutely terrifying being on an APC and just getting shot up anti-aircraft gun like that, because by god, like Spags in this game just shoot incredibly fast. Jaegers try to make the flank around, but the flank around is just not going to work around, as the infantry is there to do their job and guard the CV. The XAs are actually, some of them going to be rushing up to try and do some sneaky maneuvers into Echo here. I don't think it's going to work too well. The Marchuchin did go down, reopening the artery through Gulf. And JustVictor is actually really starting to flip things around here. He has a decent position to try and retake Gulf and Foxtrot here. Kernat's going to be dropping in, knocking out 2 BVPs. AMX has an eyes on the Tunguska here. They're not able to finish off, unfortunately. That would have been a pretty big kill. SandalMan's anti-air is doing a good job in keeping JustVictor grounded. There we go, we got smoke covering the Tunguska. And this is going to give SandalMan time to reappropriate his units back into Gulf. Even as you bring in a CV into it as well, you know, one of these units is probably going to get kicked out of their comfortable village position very soon. And SandalMan is still in a pretty good position, even though he has lost a little bit of map control and momentum compared to earlier in the match. He still has a 144 points lead, which is pretty big in Wargame terms. I mean, still contesting Bravo here. EVP's coming. Finish off the XAs. JustVictor, he needs to really get a +2 at this point if he wants to have a good shot on staying in this match. Probably involves just buying lots of CVs, and he doesn't need, he can't really afford to buy CVs right now because he needs frontline units to capture the ground so he can put down the CVs. He is going to be bringing one into Bravo, and now he has one coming into Gulf actually, so he's already ahead in the CV game. So if he does that, gets a run into Gulf. Why is he moving up? You'd think he'd just stay back here. I think that's just to stop him from getting CV sniped is a more obvious position. This is a little bit more dangerous, especially considering the front line, and he has no proper, well, he has proper infantry, but Stormers are going to get destroyed very shortly. Doesn't have much frontline infantry to guard his position. If the CV being born to Bravo, I'll give him a +1 point advantage. He'd really need to get another run into Foxtrot to really bring it up to a +2. But again, it comes down to whether he can hold his position, because he doesn't have a whole lot of frontline units really on the map right now. We just see Gulf is pretty barren, the Stormers are going to go down. Foxtrot also pretty barren, it's really just support units. We've got 1 AMX-10, and well, 3 AMX-10s really. And Bravo, once again, not a whole lot of units. JustVictor's frontline is starting to waver a little bit. He does have the Lynx IH-7 squadron here to deal with any threats. SandalMan does have a good anti-aircraft net. If you try to bring him down to go for Tunguska, I definitely have words to say about that. And by words, I mean missiles. I think missiles speak louder than words, really. Oh, we got a Rorka Bulldog Russ into Foxtrot? No, this is something I haven't seen. But yeah, JustVictor, he really needs to try and do something drastic. All his not in his court at the moment. You got the MA-35 here coming around to secure Gulf. SandalMan just bringing in a horde of T-55s to try and cover his position. Humvee CV is going to be located into Bravo in just a second. At 14 minutes, it's going to give him a +1. Once again, he really needs a +2 to really secure it. So, that's probably not going to be able to happen, really. The SandalMan has the CV he can put into Foxtrot, and JustVictor are going to have to put one back in to give him the +1. But even then, Bravo is still a potential contested area. SandalMan just needs to put CV into Bravo and hold it. Like, he can pretty much just contest all the points, which is completely fine in his playbook because he has the point advantage. Like, JustVictor needs to completely control one of these sectors, and that's just not going to happen. Especially in his time frame, I think. There is a good chance of sniping any CVs in Bravo thanks to his commando's power location, but it's still not a great position to be in. The M41s are trundling their way through, with just enough fuel to get to your position. The T-55 Recon is going to be trying to snipe him as they come up the road. And there's a almost blow up run there. We got the AMX going in for the sneaky flank. The Walker Bulldogs were just a distraction here. They killed the CV and Foxtrot. This is the sort of play JustVictor needs to be doing. There we go. Foxtrot is pretty much under his control. It's not tentatively under his control, but it's definitely going to force SandalMan to bring quite a bit of reinforcement here. He is instead going to be trying to neutralize the Bravo point. He does manage to kill the commando powers and clear through the rest of Bravo. I think he's going to try and do an offensive into the enemy sector of Bravo and try to knock out the CV. And he shouldn't be too hard pressed to do that. He has a lot of mod shootings, and we have a very worn out Stormer squad and another Stormer squad being brought in. Isn't a whole lot. The MX-10s, honestly, they just need to hold a defensive position on this hill. The Walker Bulldogs really going for the aggressiveness here. They're going to run out of fuel. Probably would have been better just to keep him on Foxtrot. Just set him up in a defensive line and shoot anything at close quarters that pops on over the hill. But that's not going to happen. The Hind is going to be coming around to Crow Tower. He only has one missile. He's going to have to make it work here. The Hind has already been hit. There we go. Honestly, probably was a worthwhile trade for the Crow Tower. But SandalMan just needs to secure the points. He doesn't need a points lead. He just needs to keep things neutralized. There's pressure heading into Bravo. It's definitely not going to be good for JustVictor. He's probably going to be forced to move out at Humvee CV due to the amount of mod shootings being brought in. The Gulf sector here for SandalMan. It's just neutralized, really. AMX-10s are really going for a desperate CV snipe here. I mean, our recon unit, so it could actually work. Holy crap! Holy crap! Oh, just like in a private purgatory, the AMX-10 joy is coming clutch. And that's going to be given JustVictor that all-important plus 2-point advantage. It could actually become pretty clutch here for JustVictor. That's going to force Enter SandalMan to really spend the points of bringing in that CV into Echo, because he can't afford to be losing Echo at this point. The Humvee CV has been forced to fall back for now. But JustVictor has enough reinforcements to secure this area, brought in enough Stormers. If he secures Bravo, it's going to be a +3, and as you can see, he is gaining those points ludicrously fast. And he needs the CV. He can, yes. Why do I keep saying yes? Yes, because he is bringing up the CV finally. But even then, if he just stops the Humvee CV, there we go, that +3 is going to be huge for him. With only like 9 minutes on the clock, that completely changed the momentum of this match. As you see, it's going to take out CV still a little bit to get into the echo point. Will give JustVictor just enough points to catch up to, and even if once Echo does get captured, Bravo can still be... Oh, there we go, Goph has been recaptured here. Oh no, the Goph CV is moving away because SandalMan is doing a very good aggressive maneuver down here. The Proletariat is charging in. Once again, it's mainly the support units holding that Nordland Liga, it's the only frontline, capable unit. The HQ section is being forced to fall back. This could be SandalMan turning aside. It's just going to be calling that very danger close bombing strike, just nuking that entire village. No survivors. This is going to buy JustVictor just enough time to maybe be victorious here. The Marchuchin flank, holy moly. SandalMan could potentially snipe a Humvee CV. Of course, he doesn't know where it is, but there's a good chance of actually finding it and just going around the back. Here goes, CV is going to be dropped into Echo. JustVictor is not going to be in the points lead or immediately, but he still has that plus run. He just needs to keep the plus run from now on to try and get the victory. And SandalMan, he really needs to try. There he goes. Kills the CV into Goph, or Bravo, my bad. Marchuchin flank, paying off wonderfully, but Foxtrot has been captured in the meantime, giving JustVictor, well, I'm going to make the pun again, just enough points to keep himself in the match. As you see, the Goph CV is really not well defended right now. We do have some food players being brought up just to try and put a little bit of a barrier between him and the enemy forces, but at the same time, SandalMan doesn't have a whole lot to put up with either. He has some of those Janshis which are flanking around the forest, but that's really it. Yeah, JustVictor will now be in the points lead now, with only 6 minutes left. I feel like he actually has this match in the bag, which is quite crazy. I did not feel like he had just sort of a chance, but yeah, that AMX-10 clutch, man, always comes down to the AMX-10s. Well, SandalMan still has time. He needs to get some CV snipes of his own, really. As you see in terms of... I mean, neither side has a whole lot of frontline units running major aggressive plays. SandalMan is trying to make his MiG-35 work here. Stunning up the Stormers. But the main thing is JustVictor, he's bringing out CVs. He's going to be bringing one out to Bravo, which is going to give him the +2. And at that point, that's pretty much a good game. And 41s are going to walk into some Janshis. Not going to be all that great for them. You only Chinese RPGs, but at the same time, they're only Walker Bulldogs. They really don't have much in terms of, like, yeah, they really don't have any armor. But when there's a Rill, there's a Ray, and when there's a Kernas, there's no longer going to be any... Oh, he misses completely. Only gets a late stun on the Janshis, yeah. So he's going to be able to continue to flank. I wonder if JustVictor's going to go for some sort of sneaky helicopter play. Oh, it's probably not going to work. There's way too much units in the backline to stop this from happening. SandalMan's really paranoid, bringing some T-62s to defend his home base area. He was finally pushing back into Foxtrot for tank. And it's going to easily clear it out. Oh, he does have the potential to snipe in the CV in Foxtrot. I keep getting the sectors wrong, I do apologise. Oh, almost gets the CV snipe here on the infantry. He does have it spotted. So I wonder if he's going to try and just bomb it with a Kernas or artillery or whatever. They'll have Humvee CV really going around the mountains like this. That'd be quite funny if he does decide to bring it over here. It's a very ballsy maneuver, but it's such an unexpected location to put the CV in Bravo. Yeah, there we go. The Foxtrot CV did get sniped, giving SandalMan a little bit of respite, but at this point, there's a 40 points difference between both sides. JustVictor is going to be taking this as a victory. SandalMan can't really do much. we go, the Humvee CV captures Bravo, and not really too much else to say, just a bit of a suicidal charge up the hill. The Kernas strike doesn't get the CV snipe. And the artillery almost killing it. Might be able to finish it off with his artillery strike. Oh, he does not. Mech 35 coming in clutch. Same with the T62s. Well, Thunderbolt comes in to snipe the CV. A little bit overkill for just an APC, but hey, it works. Another CV being brought into Bravo. SandalMan really just trying to stick it in the match, but that's not going to happen. And there we go. That will be the good game. And a rather unexpected turn of events. I was really not expecting JustVictor to secure the victory. He really seemed he screwed himself over for being so passive down in Gulf. But I actually really do like how he won that, not just because it was an AMX-10 CV snipe, but also because he actually played pretty heavy in Bravo the entirety of that match. And I think it's a pretty good lesson in that on held in a very small place, if you do have the Charlie area. I mean, Bravo is a hard area to fight over. It's an uphill battle, quite literally. It's a big bloody hill nearby. But even just contesting it, just to keep it neutralized instead of just completely giving it to your enemy, is a much better play than just giving it to your enemy, because it gives you another area which you can neutralize the CV. But yeah, I'm completely shocked still in how he managed to pull it off, even though he did have the worst KD in the end of the day. But hey, it's not about the KD, it's about the CQ, or CP, the conquest points, and like, yeah, there's nothing else that CP would stand for. But well, that's all I really have to say. So, this has been another Rangru Wargame Red Dragon cast. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as usual, please just take it easy.